Royal Lytham 1988, and Zimbabwean Nick Price was once again the front runner.
He played fantastic. I think anytime you are ahead 2 shots going to the final round and you shoot 69 out of 10 times, 8 times you're the Open champion. He played fantastic, but I was just a little bit more lack on the greens than he was.
I don't remember too much about the early holes on the final day, but the back nine, I can almost tell you shot for shot what we did. And it was the most exciting, the most fun that I've ever had in my life.
It was an afternoon of spectacular golf.
We separated ourselves, Sebi and I, from the field on about the 7th hole, and we knew one of us was going to win, and neither one of us was going to give up without a darn good fight. And it was just punch and counter punch the whole time.
It helps when you have someone who's playing with you and is hitting great shots. I don't know, it gives you a motivation, or it gives you the momentum or the rhythm, or I don't know why, but it seems to me like the other partner plays good too.
When I hit it close, he hold a putt, and then he hit it close, and I hold a putt. And I remember the back nine so very well, and the shot that he hit on 16 under the circumstances was probably one of the best approach shots I've ever seen in golf. And that was really the shot that won the championship for him.
Sebi had learned from experience and avoided the car park shot from 1979.
And then he hit that unbelievable chip, and for halfway to the hole, I could see that this thing might go in. And that was a little depressing then, and when it lipped the cup, I still don't know how it stayed out, because it was such a beautiful, had such a wonderful pace on it. And I had a very difficult putt.
Ballesteros told his protagonist on the 18th that he surely had what it took to win the Open Championship on another occasion.
Ever since that day, I wanted to get head-to-head with someone and win and actually hold that trophy.
Winning the Open is difficult. For the first time, winning for the second time is difficult. But winning 3 times, I don't think there's any luck or any coincidence. It's something more on the top of that, don't you think?
1990, and Nick Faldo was staying on cruise control after winning the Masters and narrowly missing out on the US Open. After overcoming all the opposition, a relentless Faldo found himself on the 18th with a 5-shot lead.
That was so nice when we hit the second shot, and then the crowd came, and then finally I ran onto the green, and you had that whole crowd come in behind you. That was a great feeling to actually turn, and when I hold my putt, I turned and faced the crowd. I thought this was great to actually be able to see it all and take it all in.
Faldo then completed his hat-trick with an emotional victory in 1992. The realization suddenly dawned on him of what he had achieved. The championship returned to Turnberry in 1994 with an open nearly man trying to prevent Parnevik being the first to take the title back to Scandinavia.
Jasper was playing really well, and I kind of knew that he was going to be the guy to beat. And I think when he birdied 11, I knew then that he pulled about 2 or 3 shots ahead of the field. And he was the guy that was the form horse, and he was the one that we were going to have to keep up with. I then proceeded to probably play the best 4 holes I ever played in my life. The one that the 5-iron I think I hit on 15 was about 16, 17 feet. I didn't hit a particularly good putt there, and then 16 was really the critical hole for me. That was the crucial hole because I was 2 behind and Jasper was playing 17. And I knew he was going to birdie 17, so to have a chance, I was going to have to birdie 16 because I wasn't banking on making eagle on 17.
Jesper made a fatal mistake on the final hole, as Price, a hole behind, was lining up a near impossible eagle putt.
There was a little spot that I aimed just on the ridge. There was a ridge that ran across the green, and as it started rolling down, it was just breaking perfectly, and then the ball just dived in the right-hand corner of the hole, and I tell you, I yelped. I've never ever hold a putt like that in conditions like that. It'll be etched in my memory forever. I remember my wife crying, my David Ledbetter crying, my caddy crying. I mean, we were all so happy because everyone knew how much it meant to me. And I had that trophy in my bedroom for 364 days, and I looked at it every morning when I woke up, and it was a wonderful feeling.
1982, I had my left hand on this trophy. 1988, I had my right hand on this trophy. Now at last, I finally got both hands on it. And does it feel good?
1996, and Tom Lehman arrived at Royal Lytham full of determination to win, after narrowly missing out on the US Open that year. After day 364, Lehman found himself with a substantial lead going into the final day.
In the media room on Saturday evening, I think the first question was, Greg Norman had a 6-shot lead at the Masters this year after 3 rounds, and Nick Faldo caught him and won the Masters. Now you've got a 6-shot lead over Nick Faldo. Do you think lightning can strike twice in the same year? And my response was, I certainly hope not. But I think if at 96, if there's anybody you didn't want breathing down your neck, it was Nick Faldo.
Faldo's day was one of missed opportunities, however, and Lehman played steadily to eventually win by 2 shots to win his first major. The following year, and the American theme continued with another first-time major winner, Justin Leonard, who was playing in the next-to-last group and came from 5 strokes back to steal victory from Darren Clark and Jesper Parnevik.
I hadn't been touted one of the great players not to win a major, and I think it was easier for me playing without that kind of pressure. I don't feel myself as being a surprise champion, but maybe a bit ahead of what a lot of people may have expected of me.